Mm. Well, it's Sunday, August 28th, 2022. I'm Larissa. I'm I've never had long hair before. Like seriously, my hair's longer than it's been in my entire life. Because even when I was really, really little, my mom used to cut my hairs off. Right? Because she didn't want to be bothered doing it. She used to put a piece of tape across my forehead. And my hair would just fall everywhere because I don't have a part. It always looked like shit. I have a big chunk hanging here and short ones over here. She'd cut it like it was awful. It was awful. I looked like a fat little muppet. Oh, putting the ponytail holder on the top of my head at night, it keeps the hair from being in my face and in my mouth while I'm sleeping. But it hurts. And I didn't even pull it that tight. Oh. So, I don't know. Oh, this hair thing. I don't know. I always had short hairs. But I don't want to have short hairs again because people are mean, right? Especially when it comes to like hairdressers and stuff. They can be real mean. And I can always get my hair cut in Oakland. They used to cut my hair to make it look like I had some crazy, like, lesbo mullet. They did. They did it on purpose, right? Because they were trying to tell people I was gay. Giving me that awful haircut. And one time, like, the first time I shaved my hair down in Oakland, it was because my hair was, it had been oversaturated with dye. And, I'd been bleaching it for like 5 years. I'd been bleaching my hair out and dyeing it strawberry shortcake red, right? And my hair wouldn't take any more dye. It was at the point where, like, it was spitting the dye out. It wouldn't even hold it. The hair was so porous from being bleached. And the only healthy hair was the hair that was, the fresh growth at my head. And when I'd wash my hair, like, it would break in my hand. I'd have like this, it felt like synthetic fur. That's what it felt like. It was breaking. So I finally had enough of it. I tried dyeing it all black, and that was like, the black fell out. It was all like mottled, and it was terrible. It looked like moldy fake fur. And so I just shaved it down. I went and bought clippers, and I just shaved it down to the healthy part. And that was the first time I shaved my hair down. I wore it so short, and I have a round head, and it looked nice. Um, but then when it started to grow back out, and I wanted to have shape back on it. Like, I went and saw this hairdresser. We were new in Oakland, and I hadn't had a haircut, right? And I didn't know where to go. I went to this place, it was in Piedmont, something Maria something. And when I first time I went in, she trimmed it real nice, right? Second time I went in, she had some fucking drug dealer in there, and she was trying to sell me a Mardi Gras costume, a used Mardi Gras costume. Like, no, I don't want your fucking feather thong. She was trying to sell it to me for like $275. She's like, that's a good deal for all those feathers. And I'm like, I'm sure it is. I said, but I don't want it. No, I don't want your used fucking thong that you sweated in the streets. I don't care if it was 10 years ago. I don't want that. So, and the guy was like, he was real shifty, and he sat there and he watched her cut my hair, and it was creepy. And he was, oh, it was bad. It was bad news. I mean, she was mad at me because I wouldn't buy this used Mardi Gras costume. And it was pretty. She told me she had made it. It was real pretty. But like I said, I had no use for it. Where the hell was I going to keep it? Because it was like a big sculptural piece. Number one, where would I keep it? And number two, like, it was a thong. I didn't want to use thong. I don't not even. I don't care how pretty it was. I didn't want to use thong. I was just, oh no. So she butched my hair, and that's when I was getting ready to go do that photo shoot that I did down in Austin. There again, that whole project was my idea, and I still had to pay to have the photos printed, and that bitch wouldn't give me copies of the photos. I would have given, if I'd sold any, I would have given her a cut. right? I had a bunch of those photos stolen. I had a few prints that I had paid to have printed. Annalise Tisano. I don't know if she goes by her maiden name still or not. But and the other thing is I made her a fucking custom garment, right? This was supposed to be equal, right? But it wasn't. She didn't pay for my ass to go down there. Skeezy photographer. Skeezy fucking stage right photography. Skeezy fucking photographer. I was mad about that. I was. I was really mad about that. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you. Fuck you and Simon too. Oh, anyway, butched my hair. Totally butched my hair. And she did it on purpose. Like I watched her after I said no, I don't want to buy your dirty Mardi Gras costume. She cut a big chunk out of the front. Because I'd finally gotten it down. It was like it was starting to lay flat again, and I just needed it shaped a little. And she butched it, gave me a flat top. So and there was a number of places that did that kind of thing. There was one guy chopped my hair up so badly, I had to go get a fade. I did. I went and got a fade, and they made jokes about it at Dorsey's. Whiteout made a joke about, oh, what do you say to a bitch when her fade's tighter than yours? It's just like, oh, well, it was real nice. It was a real nice pointed, tapered fade. It looked real nice. It did, but it was a little butch. It was more than a little butch, but I wore it. But they kept doing that to my hair. They kept doing that to my fucking hair. Anytime I'd go get it trimmed anywhere, I'd go someplace and they'd butch me up, make me look dykey. Oh. It's because I was friends with Marsha at the time, and she was trying to convince me that I was a lesbian, and I wasn't. I'm like, no, I'm not. I don't want any ladies messing with my lady parts, and I certainly don't want anybody's lady parts up in my face. Hell no. Oh. 43. And my period has always been awful, but like I used to miss school in high school. I used to miss school in high school, and Joel always knew. My buddy Joel always knew, and he'd show up with a Burger King burger. Hey, you weren't at school today. I figured you were home. I'm like, ugh, and he'd show up with a bag of Burger King. It was bad. It was really, really bad. It's worse now. It's way worse now. Back then, it was just the cramps, and I bled a lot, but nothing compared to what I do now. But the cramps were really, really bad. Like really, really, really bad. And it's because I get ovarian cysts, and they found the first ovarian cyst when I was 11. Got my first period when I was 9, and the first ovarian cyst they found when I was 11. And the gynecologist at the time, Dr. Silver, the one who gave me the abortion when I was pregnant with the twins, when he told me I wasn't pregnant with twins and the one died, and they went in and did the D&C, and then he found that there was another one and apologized to me. Oh. Anyway, I'm grateful now. Like, I'm glad I don't have kids. I'm glad. Life out here in California would have really, really sucked with a kid. Although right now they would have been like 20, they'd be turning 21, 22 years old. In October. October 2nd, that was my due date. And I asked my cousin Brad to be the godfather because that was his birthday. It's his birthday too, October 2nd. Anyway, my period, it's awful. Yesterday, my cramps were so bad, I cried. And I have I live with chronic pain. And so I have a very, very high tolerance for pain. And, I don't know, sometimes nail salon people try to hurt me, and they're like, "Does that hurt?" Until I finally say, "Ow!" Not because it really hurts, but because I know it must hurt because I'm feeling it, right? Because I have a very, very high tolerance for pain. Very, very high tolerance. And I was crying because it just hurt so bad. And they'd let up, and then it was just like, "Argh!" So I think I have a cyst. I think that's what the deal is I have a cyst right now. And Usually they're on the right side, but I get them on the left side too, and I think it was on the left side. It was on the left side this time. Because that's where the pain was concentrated, was over the left ovary this time. Like I said, usually it's the right one's the one I usually get the cyst on. I can feel when I ovulate too. Some women can. It's not unheard of, but I can feel when I ovulate. Usually I ovulate just on one side. Sometimes I ovulate on both sides. That's not unusual though when you get later on in your cycle, at my age. Be releasing more eggs at once. That's why you more frequently see twin births, or there's a higher rate of them later, right? You have change of life babies. That's what they call them when you have a baby, when you're going through the change of life babies. I've seen an old lady with a little kid. She had a change of life baby. I'm not gonna have any babies. Oh my God. So last night, I woke up at 1 o'clock in the morning. A blood cannon, shooting blood. I could feel it. It's crazy. It's crazy. And got up, and within 3 hours, I bled through a total of 8 supersized pads. Yep. My mom, now this is rare. This isn't, a lot of times you hear women say, I bled so much. And they say, oh, you only bleed so much for your period. It's only like a half a cup of blood total. No. That is not the case for me. I know it's not. And my mom, she had to have an emergency hysterectomy when she had hers because she almost bled to death. She was bleeding so much. I'm not there yet. It's not that much blood, but it's a lot. It's a lot. And particularly when I have a cyst. So I think the main part of the cyst came out yesterday because of what I saw. It wasn't a fibroid. It wasn't a fibroid. I passed one of those once. One time I passed a fibroid. Why am I talking about this? Oh, it's so gross, Larissa. Women have to talk about these things, right? Anyway, I had wanted to watch the NASA briefing this morning, but I had fallen asleep, and I even slept through Omar's alarm. So, and my body needed it, so I don't feel that bad about it. I probably fell asleep at about 5 o'clock. So I went to bed around 10, woke up at 1, it's like 1:22 or something like that. When I woke up, shooting blood like a blood cannon out my vajayjay. And then, like I said, bled through 8 pads, supersized ones. In like 4 hours, fell asleep, and I missed most of the briefing this morning, NASA briefing on the Artemis, but they all just keep on talking about the same shit. And honestly, like, I've been participating in the live chat, and it's just super nerdy, and everybody just says the same thing over and over again. And anytime I say something to lighten the mood, something funny, it's like nobody even responds. Or the moderator takes me down. It's just like, whatever. So who fucking cares? I know you're not going to say anything new. I'll just make sure I have my alarm set so I can watch the launch tomorrow. And I hope I'm going to be able to get to the grocery store today, because I'm not exactly old Mother Hubbard, but need a little bit more than beans and rice. Right? I do. I need a little more than beans and rice. I made beans last night too for Omar. I was exhausted because I had cramps off and on like that all day yesterday. I'd get up and I'd stand for do stuff, whatever, for 20 minutes, half an hour, and then it was like war in the trenches in my uterus. It was awful. 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 What do they say in Jamaica? Blood clot. I'll show you a fucking blood clot. Oh my God. Oh. So, once I'm done oozing, that's the way it goes. There's like morning primordial ooze, and then it slows down. Hopefully, be able to go to the grocery store today. And then stand long enough to put shit away. And process my herbs and things. Hopefully. I don't know what the fuck I'll make for dinner tonight. I don't know. Last night I made baked beans. Because that's what I had in the cupboard to make was baked beans. We had baked beans and toast with avocado because I had one avocado. Told him this morning, you can have your baked beans and toast and a fried egg because there's some Camilla eggs in there. That Camilla bird, she is such a nice bird. She is. Camilla and Steve Holt. I'm telling you, I love the personality of my Barred Rocks. And they were much more mellow before the Hawk got Big Mama. After that, their whole attitude changed, right? Like my Barred Rocks got PTSD from the Hawk. And the Hawk sits over and thugs them. Sits over and stares at them. I want to eat you. So, poor chickens. We keep them safe. And Omar hates the rats. Rats are mean. He sits and he watches them at night. Watches them on the camera. He's like, "Arr!" You see their little green glowy eyes. Fucking rats. Dirty fucking rats. I need my neck cracked. I need a chiropractic adjustment. I mean, my fat little neck need a chiropractic adjustment. Hey, Brody. Did you get a bath? Did Daddy give you a bath? Are you a clean bean? You're a clean bean. Brody's a clean bean. Hey, clean bean. Come on. Hi, buddy. What a good boy. You giving kisses? I know you know Mommy's squirty, so you don't want to get up here and jump on me. I know you're a good boy. You good boy. You're like, oh, Mommy, even too stinky for Brody. It's not stinky. I mean, I don't smell like an animal in the fucking barn. Sometimes I feel like an animal in the fucking barn, though. I'll tell you that much. Joe Biden, Joe fucking Farmer Biden. Fuck you, farming all the cattle on the fucking country. Oh my God. Making everybody's health worse. Telling everybody's saving their lives. You're making their health worse. Everybody stuck in their fucking houses for 2.5 years, 3 years now. Oh, you can go back out now. Oh, really? Is it that fucking easy? Is that the way that shit goes? People don't know how to act anymore. People don't know how to be. Oh, I thought that was so great before either, but it's worse now. So, today, big goal is grocery shopping. It's the big goal. I need to buy supplements, vitamin supplements. I gotta decide which dingbat I want to go give money for supplements, because there are 3 options, and there's one that I absolutely won't go to anymore. It bums me out because it's the best herbal apothecary in town, but I don't like their politics, so I won't give them money. I'm like, fuck you. And the other 2, one of course is Whole Foods, and you know how I feel about Bezos, although people who work at Whole Foods are the most pleasant to deal with. They are. The other option, place I used to shop a lot, and they have it's the most comprehensive selection closest to home, right? Well, and when it comes to, they have a good pharmacy section, herbal pharmacy section too. Staff of Life, call it Staff of Raw. Omar calls it Staff of Communism. He does. He calls it Staff of Communism. So, Staff of Communism, Staff of Raw. Pick it. Pick which one. Pick your poison. Where are you gonna go? I don't know. Maybe I'll go to the old standby that I normally go to and order my supplements online. But then what do I know? Maybe some weirdo putting something in my supplements. You never know. Never know who the weirdo bringing up my street. Putting cocaine in my calcium. Don't do that. Assholes. Fucking assholes. Oh. Anyway. Yeah.